just at the end of the war. My father was in the army my father had a big drink problem with being in the army, so I was born into a father who was a very heavy drinker. I was born in a little farm about 3 miles from Ballymena, which is in County Antrim in Northern Ireland. I went to school and when I was only at school for about a year, and my father came home one night and he had stopped drinking. My uncle, who had served in Burma, had come home from Burma with no bitterness towards the Japanese or anyone, was 5 stone, and he had got saved. And he came and he bought my father a suit, and my father went off to the Elim Pentecostal Church in Ballymena and got saved. From then on, our family changed, and I ended up, I was the second oldest of 11 children, and out of those 11 children, 2 of them became Elim pastors. One died in Silverdale about 3 years ago during the COVID. Another one is the head of the evangelism for the Elim in Malawi, Zimbabwe and Mozambique. So you can imagine I was a sinner running about in the world. I worked as a baker before joining the army. My father actually wouldn't sign the papers for me to get into the army, but I was 16. I wanted to get in, that was all I wanted to do, and he wouldn't sign the papers. I wonder why. I think it was because of the drink influence. But I joined the army when I was 21. I served in the army from 1965 and served all over the world. I married my wife Violet, who is sitting behind me here, in 1970, and we had 2 boys. John was born in 1974, and Paul was born a year after. Paul was I wasn't satisfied. Why did this happen to me? I was a good fella. My wife was a good mother, and why did this happen to us? But Alan Robertson in a little church called the English Church in Benidorm pointed me to the Lord. I've been going to this church, I never even knew it existed, and the Lord pointed me to this church, and my wife and I both get saved. And when we got saved, we started helping out in the church and doing several things in the church, and I became the sort of winter administrator in the church. I then went back home. We were there for about 3 months, and we were going to church, and it didn't really suit our needs. We weren't getting fed with the gospel, and if you're a Christian, you need to be fed, because your whole life changes around. Old things are all gone away. Away with the cigars, away with the pints of Guinness, and I became new. I had no desire to go to pubs. I had no desire to do anything like that. I met this chap in the swimming pool. One day I was lying in the swimming pool, and I was looking for a new church. And the chap's name was Darrell Pitt, the Reverend Darrell Pitt, who is now in evangelism. The evangelism